Happy Saturday morning. Wow, listen to my voice. Where is it? Woo! Wow, good morning. Look at what time it is. It's Saturday morning. They canceled my overtime for today. What am I doing up at this hour? I should be getting some more rest. Instead, I have stuff to do, so come along with me today. Got a couple of things. I want to make it a weekend video starting out today, Saturday at 5 a.m. Let's go, folks. I had to laugh. This audio won't be played, but as I'm getting ready, in the same shirt, about 40 pounds ago, this video popped up and I thought, wow, look at me in the mirror. Look at me back in the day. This is before my hip surgery. What a difference 40 pounds makes. The noise in the background is the air fryer. I am making myself a pound of Butcher Box beef patties. 3 of the grass-fed beef patties. I love these in a pinch, and today I have a lot of time because I'm home and I'm trying to get in more steps and get in more exercise, so I thought I'm just going to throw some patties into the air fryer. It just makes simple common sense. So let me show you what I'm doing insofar as seasoning is concerned. And because I'm trying to save myself time, I put these little liners in the air fryer. I'm going to be sprinkling it with the Flavor God steak and chop because these are steak burgers. Not necessarily steaks, and they're not chops. So I'm going to liberally sprinkle some on this side. And then when the half point is, I'll turn them around. Very very grainy salt, heavy salt, but that's good because I like the salt. So time to cover them up and cook them up. Time to flip them and resalt the other side. There we go. Oh, I can just taste them now. Here's the Flavor God steak and chop seasoning blend, the original blend. I'm going to roll it off of my fingers. There we go. And then show you up close the different spices that are in there. I will take a screenshot of the picture. See the big chunks of salt? I like it that way. It reminds me of the Maldon sea salt flakes. So time to season the other side. Making some browned butter to put in the silicone molds for brown butter bites for the week. The week meaning just Monday through Friday. And I will tell you what I'm going to do with them that is absolutely different than what some of you are thinking, or maybe different than what some of you do to your brown butter bites. And see how the brown butter is fine line. You have to watch it, and I sit and stir it constantly just to get to this brown state. Now I'm going to pour it into a cup that I'm able to pour into the silicone molds without spilling a drop. And I won't show you that because one-handed cameraing and not spilling and not ruining a beautiful brown butter may be tricky. So you'll have to wait for that point. Okay, I am all done with the brown butter bites. Now it's upside down, but if you look on the inside, I prefer using this Pampered Chef. This one hasn't melted on me yet. I prefer putting the butter that's browned in here, and every time give it a zhuzh, give it a stir, and pour in each of the wells to fill them up. Then I can take, see, with one hand, take this and put it in the refrigerator. No spills, no fuss, no muss. Perfect brown bites in the silicone pan. It's perfect. Right after I make the brown butter, then I have the benefit of the pan. I put my 3 eggs in there. Start the pan on low. I'm going to bring it up to maybe a low medium. Cover it up. And they will be perfect on top of the 3rd pound burger. Now the reason that I cover them up is so that they can cook the top of the yolk without me flipping it. I'm sorry, the white part. And it still doesn't stick because I primed the pan prior to putting the eggs in, so they will be perfect on top of the 1 pound, aka 3 3rd pound burgers. They're almost ready. One thing I forgot, Maldon sea salt. You know I have the bubble water ready, so I'm going to take a healthy pinch and sprinkle it over the eggs. Perfect, just perfect. Can't wait to dig into this. Just the way I like it. Here's the side view. Jammy, so good. This is my one meal today. Let me turn the camera around and get the big bite. Oh, my hand's in the way, sorry. Oh. So good. That was too big of a bite for camera. I love the smoky saltiness of the Flavor God steak and chop seasoning. That is the bomb. And of course, you know I love the crunch of the Maldons with the jammy egg. It's wonderful. I'm going to enjoy this right now. See you later. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Look at this. 2nd day in a row. Jack and the dog are gone. Why am I up this early? And I don't even have Dr. Kiltz. I don't know. Time for a shower. I just took my shower. Time to hit the deodorants. Yes, I use Lumi. Love Lumi. Love. The properties that Lumi offers insofar as sweat control, yeah, cannot be without it. What's next? Oh yes, the tallow for the face. That comes on right now. A little dab will do ya. I like to push it in. First, whatever's left, go up in the neck, around the lips, at the elbows last minute. I've got an eye cream here that I have to use up. Just a little dab will do you on the eye cream. And of course, as they say, never ever ever use a pointer finger. I use the ring finger, just a little bit around the eye. There we go. That's done. Mascara comes on later. I'm half dressed. And I didn't bring any clothes in the bathroom, so gotta go run and grab something. Oh, but first, as they say, but first. Moroccan cream, hair conditioning. Get that onto the curls. I put it in this little gizmo. It pushes all of the product down to the bottom, and it stands in my cabinet that way. That's why I showed you what the product looks like this way first. I'll put that in the cabinet. Usually have it done that way at the end of the bottle so I get every drop. Scrunch, 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 scrunch. What are you going to be eating this morning? I don't know. I'm thinking along the lines of perhaps a ground beef bowl. Thinking about that again. I just adore it. But yesterday, I forgot to film this. Oh, yay. I made myself a pork butt to take all week to work. Have it in the refrigerator. Take it as I need it out. Put it in the nuke machine and eat it. And not have to worry and prepare anything here in the house before I'm on my way out. So, time to get full dressed. Last Sunday, I wore this jumper outfit coming back home from my sister's, so I thought it was really only 4 hours of wearing it. Well, maybe a little bit longer, 6 hours. So I'm going to be putting it on again and wearing it for church. Why not? I will give you a full-on picture, what it looks like once it's done. There we go. That's better. It's on. And of course, it's on now before any coffee. So hopefully it won't become a problem at church after coffee, if you know what I mean. Let me get a coat onto the lashes and then head downstairs for a cup of coffee. The Dustin Keto Simple Live will be taking place shortly, and I'm interested to hear about him starting his PhD, Proper Human Diet, Dr. Berry course. Both he and my friend Amy have been accepted into the class, the first of 200 people, and Dr. Berry had sent them both a letter congratulating them, and I am super excited for them. So I can't wait to hear what he has planned for teaching. And I know it's a little before the scene, behind the scenes, before the scenes. I can't speak. Words are hard this morning for me. I know it's a little bit early to talk about what the plans are, but I'm sure he has some plans, something concocted in his brain as to what he wants to do with this Proper Human Diet accreditation, even before he started. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's go and make some coffee. Sunrise. Good morning. And look at the lake. It's all foggy out there this morning. This is where the sun should be rising. Love listening to nature. Got the coffee. There we go. My dog likes me best, even though she's out right now with Jack in Kenosha. And look at coffee smoking. It's going to be a great day today. They say that the breathing conditions should be better after 12 noon. So after I get out of church, we should all be able to breathe easy. I'm going to spend about a half an hour out here just enjoying the quiet and the nature sounds. Good morning. Well, isn't this a deja vu moment a week later? Seemed like I had the same outfit on last Sunday. Yes, that's right, I did. I am heading out to church, all buckled up, soon to be backed up, heading into Eau Claire, going to real church today because I look at it this way. If I am good enough to go to the job for 8 hours a day, I could definitely go to church. And while in Eau Claire, I can do all the things. Get some cultured butter at the grocery store, stop at Costco for a return, go to the Amazon store and return something they sent yesterday, which was totally wrong. Did you ever get something from Amazon that was completely different than what you ordered? It's like my thinking this. Maybe what I ordered was on this shelf and what I received was on the shelf above that just so happened to fall into the bin I ordered. So, hence the return. Hopefully I don't have to pay for the shipping to return it back because it wasn't my fault. Wow, what a powerful message today at church. We started a new series, and every season at our church we start this series. The fall season is dedicated to August Monday, fall fasting. Now, fasting doesn't, we that do fasting for health benefits, everybody that knows me understands that my fast is religious. It's geared towards autophagy. It's geared towards the staving off of cancer cells in a powerful way. I don't eat during the holidays as a means of religious reasons, and I stop my fasting for the person in my life that actually started fasting, that I remember all of my life. And I stopped the fast, break the fast on my mother's birthday, January 11th. This will be my 15th year that I'll be doing this fast. And for those of you that don't believe in food fasting, there's other fasting options that you could do. You could fast from your cell phone or your device, or take a break and fast from social media. Take a fast from news or online or radio or music if you have the earbuds constantly in your head with music. Television, a lot of people are hooked on the TV. I know of people that while using their device, they have the TV going at the same time. So that would be other means of which you can fast. It doesn't always have to be religious. And for those of you that know, you know I'm a religious person. Former Catholic, but always a believer in Jesus Christ. So this is our series. Fall Fast, Fall Forward. A 40-day journey with the minor prophets. And they gave this out to us at church today. And I think what I'm going to do is, for those that are interested, of course, I will include today's service down below in the description. I'll make sure to remember that, so that you can benefit from this powerful word in your fasting, however way you fast, be it a fast from food or a fast from any of the other alternate suggestions that I first brought up early. That's it. Now I have to run to Costco and to the pharmacy. I think I'll go to the pharmacy first and Costco last because of refrigerated items. Just makes common sense. So come along with me. The pastor today started out his sermon that spoke volumes to me, because last year he had hip surgery. So he started the message in what I'm going to do when I get home, because I couldn't do it during the service. There were people in front of me and children. Of course, it is what it is. So I'm going to make sure I include a clip of how it started and how that absolutely tugged right to my heart. So I'm going to include that in the next clip.
We all fall. When you fall, what do you do? What if falling was the first step forward? part of the story. Redemption is the turning point. Fall fast, fall forward.
It all begins in your mind and how you think, and the story you're telling yourself, and the narrative that you create. We usually create the story we live by because you live by a story you're telling yourself about who you are and what's possible and what's not, and all the other things, why things happened in your life. But usually the story we tell ourselves is to prop things up the way they are. Here's a unfortunate and yet glorious truth. Your life is getting the results it's designed to get. Let me say that again. Your life is designed to get the results it's currently getting. Now you may say, well, that's just so discouraging because I don't like the results I'm getting. Well, here's the good news. With God's help, by the power of the Holy Spirit, you can redesign your life. You can see change and transformation that is so powerful that you would not recognize yourself a year from now. All of that is powerful and possible, but it all starts in your mind. As Shakespeare says, all things are ready if our minds be so. 1 year ago today, I was 3 days away from a hip replacement. And yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good. But here's the deal. While I was getting to the point I needed that hip replacement and actually going through the time of healing from that, I picked up some bad habits and I created what they call muscle memory in my brain. It had to do with the fact that before the surgery, I couldn't put on my own shoes. I couldn't lift up my leg. I couldn't walk downstairs. And so I noticed this like 2 days ago. I would walk downstairs and I would grab the side when my hip was just hurting so bad, and I'd walk one step, and I'd walk another step, and I'd walk another step. And then, of course, when you have a hip replacement, you got the walker and you have the thing. I know you're all thinking, how did someone so young and vital have to have this happen? Well, anyway, that's another story. I'm way too young to be this old. So the point is I picked up those habits. And so the other day, just literally, I was just walked to some stairs, and I found myself going downstairs like this. And I said, what am I doing? Because I can just walk downstairs now. And why don't I just do that? Well, because in my head, I still have in the back somewhere this idea that you're hurt, that you're broken, that it's hard, that you can't handle that, you can't do it. It all starts in your head. That's what makes me so excited about the teaching series we just finished in Philippians. And can I just say, didn't all the teachers this summer do an amazing job?
Wow, this air quality index up in northwestern Wisconsin is just atrocious. I understand that even people in Milwaukee, they were complaining last week, I think Thursday or Friday, that they're not doing anything about it. And the brother-in-laws live in Chicago and they're experiencing it even down there. So how it feels to me today is my eyes are quite itchy. The nose, the throat, very, very itchy. It is akin to, now remember, I used to smoke. It is akin to me stepping out into the garage when my father used to smoke cigars out there. And it was very thick and heavy and coarse cigar smoke. But of course, no one's going to make a big whoop-de-doo about it in Wisconsin. They will start, however, when the wind shifts and it's going to hit over on the East Coast in New York. Then watch the media. Whoa, it's just awful. these forests need to be managed. We cannot let nature take over and just burn it out. It can't be. This is very toxic for people, and this just should not be tolerated. And I'm sorry, Canada. You know, there's that expression, Canada nice, and I understand it's not your fault, but we in America, wow, we've not experienced this before. And all of Canada, the majority of Canada is all wooded. Moving up here to northwestern Wisconsin, it's more wooded than it is when we lived in Milwaukee County. But wow, it's extreme, it's intense. I can't wait for the winds to shift, to be able to just breathe again. All gassed up and headed home. Did the shopping for the upcoming week. I needed eggs. I'm down to 6 more eggs. So I got 5 dozen at Costco. It was an absolute zoo in there. Oh my Lanta. You'd think it was the beginning of the month. Oh, wait a minute. It is the beginning of the month. Everybody and their mother, it seemed like, was shopping today. And the samples, oy vey, the kids with the samples. I have no words. You wonder if the children are wolves, or if their parents that raised them are wolves, dropping stuff on the floor, people slipping and sliding. It was a shame. It really was a shame. But I picked up what I needed, a couple of things I didn't need, and then I actually splurged. I went and bought I think this is the correct pronunciation, Tenneco vacuum and hard floor scrubbing device. Now, common sense will dictate to you that I have a German Shepherd. And why should I ruin a perfectly good vacuum with scrubber and not vacuum the floor first using my regular vacuum? The hardwood floors, the little grooves, I want to be able to get in the corners. I am not capable yet of going down on the hands and knees, but I figured, let's see if this baby works. And if it doesn't, well, we know Costco will accept the products back, because that's just how Costco rolls. So I'm cautiously optimistic that should work. Now, bear in mind, Jack has not scrubbed the floor since, well, I last scrubbed the floor before I went into surgery, a couple days before I went in, had my surgery on May 1st. So he has vacuumed, and you probably count on one hand the vacuuming he's done. And we really don't use our street shoes in the house. I will come in from the outside and put my slippers on Bradway. Just slide right into the slippers. I just don't like that excess dirt, especially living on a lake in sandy conditions. 2 human beings, 1 4-footed German Shepherd with furry pads that pick up tons of sand. I think it's a good investment. We'll see. Keep my fingers crossed that it'll work out well. I'll show it to you when I get home. Apparently, it is a chargeable, so it has to be charged before I can use the floor scrubbing machine. So hopefully by overnight it'll be all charged up, then I can do it before my Kelly Hogan class. Fingers crossed. See ya at home. So you can't exactly go to Costco and not get the $5 chicken. And tomorrow is the day that our church is starting the fast for every Monday. So I asked for this special charred chicken. They were just taking this out of the rotisserie when I passed by, and that absolutely had my name on. Look at those wings, delicious. So I'm going to tear up at least the wings, maybe 2 legs, but the Parmesan Reggiano did not affect me adversely, nor did the cream last week or the week before. So I'm going to incorporate it into this week and make some cheese sauce, Alfredo, homemade Alfredo, and the chicken breast on there. So this is what's for dinner today. Okay, I have got this, I hope, set up okay. The i4 III Ultra Tineco. I do not plan on using the vacuum because I have a vacuum and I have a German Shepherd and I don't want this to get ruined. This is for cleaning the floor because I cannot bend over. It is what it is. It's my dilemma. Welcome to my life. And my floor is dirty. This is just a kitchen shot. Now, nobody spills. Well, wait a minute. There's a glob over here, right by the dishwasher. See that? Yeah. So it is what it is. It needs a good washing, no doubt. Does anybody own one of these? Let me know. Give me your opinion. Tell me what you think. Right now it's in charging mode. It has to charge 4 to 5 hours before it can be used. So there you go. I will probably have to use it, get some type of rhythm to it, perhaps do a room every 20 minutes because the battery life is good for 20 minutes, charge it up again, and then do another room. So it's a learning curve, but again, and if you notice, the volume is down because I'm talking, of course. I am multitasking, watching Keto Rockstar Amy and the panel tonight. She's got open mic night, so I'm listening. And in about 10 minutes, I have to make an important phone call. I have to talk to my sister, so it is right now. Ooh, what time is it? It's 6:45. Might as well close out the video for the night because I'll be on the phone and I'll be listening to Amy and the panel right now during open mic. I also want to take care of these, remove these nails and put new stick and peel nails on tonight and go to bed. These are fabulous. These are like super stickers. Lillian Fox, so cheap, and this has been on for a week now, even at work. They're holding up very well. So good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me on this weekend. I know it was a longer than normal video because I have 2 days rolled up into one. I appreciate it. Tomorrow's a fasting day, so really there'll be nothing for me to talk about. So I'm going to take a breather for Monday. I've got the Kelly Hogan class, and I listen to Chris Cooking Nashville right after that, and I have to be into work by 1 o'clock, so I will be busy. Plus, I think I'm going to try to do one room with the scrubber thing. I don't know. We'll see. 20 minutes on the charge? I don't know. Serious learning curve. Talk to you guys on Tuesday. Cheers, everyone.